It's not often when I win something. When I do, I usually try to win big. Hey toy fans, so I'm here with another review, and honestly this week we're looking at something that I won from Tilmantoys. So I'll have a link down below so you can go and visit that toy store website. It is a cool toy store and I follow them on Instagram, and I happen to win this really cool set. I wasn't expecting to, because normally when I sign up for something and say tag, and follow and do those things, I usually don't win anything. But I happened to win a couple of toy packages, and this was one of them at the time, and I was super excited about it. It is Hasbro's Baroness with the Cobra C.O.I.L. It's actually from the Cobra Island set from the G.I.Joe Classified series. So we're going to break into this because as much as I love the look of this in package, I would much rather see it out and get to play with it, right? So before we get into that review, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It helps the channel out, helps me out, and I can bring you more content. All right, what do you say? Let's get into it. Alright, this is Hasbro's Special Missions Cobra Island G.I.Joe Classified series Baroness with the Cobra C.O.I.L. Of course, the Baroness being one of a lot of fans' favorites. She looks great in this unit, in this kind of 6-inch scale here. Now, with the Baroness, we also get that motorcycle here with just the Cobra C.O.I.L. And it looks like it's got a ton of great detail in there. I can't wait to check this out and see what all the little pieces are in there. She also comes with the helmeted head. Looks like some extra weapons. Another weapon. A piece that goes to the motorcycle, and looks like these 2 blasters actually fit to the motorcycle as well. So I'm really excited to see how that's all going to look. We've got it all here in this nice window box. Of course, with a drawing of the Baroness there. Some Cobra illustration behind it. And then, of course, our title here to show us exactly what it's from. And it looks great. Let's check out the back. Now on the back we do get this kind of Special Missions Cobra Island here, and it shows different photos of different pieces of the island. So we've got some sort of garage thing over here near the volcano. This might be a generator. It's like some sort of landing platform over here, satellite structure over here. But there's not anything really showing anything about the toy. This is just Cobra Island and that's it. So some of this feels like something that should have been on the inside, and maybe more details of the toy on the outside, but we didn't get that. Now there is illustration on the top where we get the G.I. Joe series here. We've got the Cobra emblem, and over on the side we do have an illustration of the Baroness, and on the bottom just some technical jargon about where it was made, manufactured, that sort of stuff. So that's the box. Now it says that it's a 4+ kind of toy. I'm seeing some small parts in here, but my guess is that this would be okay for 4-year-olds, even though it really feels more like in a collector's kind of scale and toy. I'd like to say it looks great in the box. And the box right now, it's not going to tell us anything else about this toy. We need to get it out and get to playing. Alright, and straight out of the package you get all of this stuff here. So you've got the Cobra C.O.I.L. motorcycle, you've got the Baroness herself, a couple machine guns, a couple of gold pistols, a knife, a handle, a serpent blaster, and a helmeted head. So there's quite a bit in there. Now let's start off with that coil cycle. Now this cycle, at first I thought it was going to be kind of chintzy. This thing is legit. It feels like it has almost like a rubberized tire on it. It does have what feels like natural kind of turn radius for a motorcycle, so it's not all crazy. And then with that, we've got this area over here for another handle. All you do is you just plug that handle in. Ooh, that's, I think, going to be a bit of a doozy. I'll have to figure out how to do that one later. You get spinning on the front tire, spinning on the back tire. You have a foldable kickstand here, pegs for the feet, Some back footrest here as well. An area that if you're posing, you can put your helmet on, which is nice. And then over here you get a couple peggable areas to put these blasters. You got one for this side, and over here you've got one for this side. And you can tilt them and show them any way you want. I kind of like them facing straight forward. Now, let's see if I can try that handle one more time. Yeah, I don't see that one happening. I might have to soften that up somehow. Okay. Now, going down to the Baroness, we've got the Baroness here. And she is chock full of articulation. So she's got articulation 2 points in her head and neck area. So you've got one at the base, one at the top. You've got, of course, ball and shoulders, elbows with swivels, hands as well. You've got an upper pivot on the waist and at the hips, or I should say at the hip joint here. Then you've got the hips, and then thigh turns, double jointed knees, and a full ankle like twist and rocker system. So she's got a ton of posability. She's really cool. And on top of that, she has, of course, holsters for all of her weapons. So you can put her gold knife there, and then she has 2 holsters in the back to put her pistols. So 1 and 2. And of course, if you want, you can wrap this up on her arm, just like so. And she's got her weird Cobra gun. Now, if you're wanting to change out her head, you should just be able to pop off that head. And then, of course, with the peggable, pop that head on. There you go, and you've got her helmeted head. Though it's weird, there's a huge gap in the back. It doesn't really look like her. I think that they should have had hair sculpted in that would have come down, or like something peggable that would have worked. But I think having that on the motorcycle and keeping her natural head on is probably more the way to go. Yeah. So let's see what I can do to get that handle on. So this is a set all put together, and it took a little bit of wiggling in order to get it to work, but I finally got that handle in, and you just kind of have to heat up one end and force that handle on there. Once it pops into place, that's pretty much it. And there's a little bit of wiggle to the handles, so you can adjust it based on however she needs to grab those handlebars, but it's a cool bike. Now with the set, I do love the look of the Baroness. It very much reflects what we got in the 80s. It looks incredible. The details and the actual tooling on the figure is gorgeous. And all the little subtleties of where they put the articulation and sculpted it into the armor work really, really well. It's a beautiful figure. It really is. It's hard to see on my camera, but there's small touches of gray and black, a few areas of muted kind of flat black, a few areas where you have high gloss black depending on the armor and the materials that they used, and even like the belt here that actually can move around along with the thigh holster there for her knife. It is a really cool figure. The glasses are non-removable, so that's something you want to keep in mind. I guess you could pull it off of her, but honestly, I'd be more concerned about breaking it or ruining the head. The hair does hinder the head movement a little bit, but seeing as this feels more like a display piece, I'm not as concerned about that hair. And it's sculpted beautifully, like as it's sculpted into the face and everything, it works great. The helmeted head looks a little bit off when it's on her, just like we saw earlier, and I think it's because of the gap in the back. I really feel like it should have had hair coming out of the back of the helmet, but you know, that's just me and my minor quibbles. Now, just to keep in mind, on the hands you do have a swivel, but you don't have any rockers on the hands, so There's a little bit of a rocker on this hand that makes it rock up and down. And this hand has the same, a little bit of a rocker up and down. So it doesn't like turn in, but it rocks up and down. So I guess it'd make it easier for her to twist her wrist that way. All in all, it is a very, very cool figure. And that bike itself is also very, very interesting. The helmet is very nice. The bike I absolutely love. And I didn't think that I was going to like it that much, but again, that kind of subtle turn radius within the handles is nice. The fact that the handles do have a bit of a rocking to it, so you can adjust it for her hands. The removable blasters that also fit in her hands and can also fit to the vehicle itself. The kickstand's nice. The rubberized wheels are incredible. And something I noticed when I was playing with it, it even has a bit of a rock on this. So depending on how this is turning or moving, or if you need a little bit of room, you can kick that forward and back. It's a solid piece, and it really looks the part. Now for me to display, I'll probably display it like this with maybe the helmet up here or back here, because if I put her on the bike, I'm going to end up with this on its own, which is kind of it's a highly detailed, but it's kind of a silly looking weapon. But we're kind of used to that with G.I. Joe, especially in the later seasons of G.I. Joe. The cartoon, they get a little weird at times. But, you know, keeping with what Cobra does, this makes total sense. Let's get her on her bike. Vroom, 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 vroom. And of course, that's her on her motorcycle. One thing to keep in mind, I don't have the kickstand down, and she still holds on and balances on this bike really well. And I think that has to do with the large tires. You know, they are kind of wide and flat enough that you could still kind of pose it, and it's not really gonna fall over too much. That's pretty cool. Other areas to note, again, an impeccable foot there. The rifles do fit in her hands, and you know, this is her with her helmeted head. I would say that overall, I think that this is an incredible piece, and those who are able to get it, I really do feel like you should get it. From what I know, this piece is actually out on market now. Now, if you're having a hard time finding G.I. Joes like I am, it is quite relatable. Right now, it is a bit of a mess. These tend to fall only with Target, though I have seen a few of the classified figures at Walmart as well. Now, with this particular one, I can't remember if this was something specific to Target only or not, but I do know that distribution-wise, it's been so rough, I wasn't going to collect any of the G.I. Joe Classified toys until I won this. And after I won this, it really did change my mind about the toys themselves. I know that I've come across a Lady J and a Roadblock at one point, and a Cobra Commander, and I'm honestly starting to think that I might at least want to get Cobra Commander to go with the Baroness here, because it looks incredible. And what Hasbro is doing with the toys, they are really, really nice. Now, if you decide that you want to go out and look for this toy, which is out there on store shelves, good luck with the toy hunt.
This episode of Teddy Ray Gun was sponsored by Marvin Dog Media. To learn more about Marvin Dog Media, visit www.marvindogmedia.com.
If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below to let YouTube know that you like what I'm making. And be sure to hit that bell notification so you get updates to future content.